This story is based on a real phenomenon reported for decades along the Pacific coastline. Imagine a sound no device can record, a sound only heard by people who have suffered loss. It appears every night at exactly 3:11. Over the years, it has driven people in Alaska, California, Peru, and Japan to the edge of madness. They say the ocean whispers their names. Today, we're talking about the phenomenon known as the Pacific Whistle. After you hear this, you may never listen to the sea the same way again. It began in the early 90s. The U.S. Coast Guard started receiving disturbing messages. Something huge is moving under the sand. The floor is vibrating like we're being pulled downward. It's calling me. How does it know who I am? Officers tried to record the sound, but every microphone captured nothing but silence. Yet people kept feeling a deep, bone-shaking vibration and the unmistakable presence of something standing close. One of the first documented cases happened in Kodiak, Alaska. 7 fishermen heard the sound at the same moment, and every one of them developed a sudden fever, as if their bodies recognized something ancient and alive. Then came the dreams. Everyone who heard the sound described the exact same nightmare. A drowned city at the bottom of the ocean, tilted buildings, streetlights flickering under black water, and a massive, shapeless figure moving between the ruins. Listening, people didn't describe the sound as a noise. They described it as meaning, a message forced directly into their minds. Linguists noticed something unsettling. No one talked about hearing a voice. They talked about understanding it. And every single person had recently gone through grief, trauma, or emotional collapse. Psychologists suggested heightened perception syndrome, but that didn't explain why it only happened near the ocean, and only at night. Scientists stepped in. Geologists studied tectonic shifts. Oceanographers looked at deep-sea currents. The military investigated classified underwater systems, but none of them could explain why the phenomenon triggered at the same time every night. NOAA researchers finally placed a chain of vibration sensors along the west coast. What they found was terrifying. 4 kilometers beneath the surface, the ocean floor was rising and sinking like lungs. Tiny movements, just a few millimeters, but perfectly synchronized. And always at 3:11. In 1997, things escalated. People along the Canadian coast started disappearing. Every one of them had reported hearing the whistle. Police didn't connect the cases until a 27-year-old woman vanished, leaving behind a final diary entry. It said, "It's safe below." It said, "The city is waiting for me." That same night, NOAA sensors detected the strongest vibration ever recorded, 20 times the usual intensity. Within 24 hours, the sound vanished from all of North America. It reappeared off the coast of Japan. It's as if something massive had moved beneath the ocean, following the people who could hear it. The phenomenon stopped in 2003, but not before one last event: a sudden half-centimeter rise of the seafloor along the Pacific Ridge. It didn't look like an earthquake. It looked like an exhale. Hours later, dozens of people washed ashore in strange trances, alive but blank. None of them remembered their names, but they all repeated the same words. It woke up, but it went deeper. The whistle hasn't been recorded since, but sometimes security cameras capture people standing alone at the shoreline late at night, completely motionless, as if they're listening to something no one else can hear. They stare into the darkness over the water, straining to make out a sound buried beneath the waves. And the most disturbing thing, many of them claim they hear a single word, a word shaped like a name that feels horrifyingly familiar. Imagine this: you're standing at the water's edge, the breeze, the gentle waves, okay? Suddenly, through the ordinary sounds of the sea, you notice something else, a low, pulsing hum pressing against your chest, as if the ocean itself is addressing you. And here's the question that freezes people more than anything. If one night you hear that sound, are you absolutely sure it won't be your name it whispers?